Hey everybody, it's your boy Chef Quinn here from Made with Love on TTT, and I have here Chef Brandon from Avala, and he's going to show you guys exactly how they prepare the top 3 selling items on the menu. So Chef, all is yours.
Well, today we're going to do our pepper lamb. So our pepper lamb starts off with French rack of lamb.
Right.
So what we have here is just a basic French rack of lamb. Normally we would do a roast, but for pepper lamb, what we do is we just come down and we cut them through the bone. And usually we serve a full rack of lamb with our pepper lamb dish.
Right. Your season this with salt and black pepper?
Just salt and black pepper.
Alright.
We don't really do much. The season kind of comes after when we use the different sauces that we have available and the way it's cooked. Yes, correct. So we're just gonna move back to the plate here.
Quick movement, Chef.
Yes, sir. So we just have some regular standard table salt.
Right.
We have a little bit of black pepper.
What's the preparation time for something like this on the menu?
So from raw product to cooked is about 10 minutes.
Right.
So it's like to the table on 12 minutes.
Whoa,
so
that's quick.
What we have here, so what we're going to do is move this all the way to the grill them off, and then we're going to use our ingredients here, which we have a house-made Asian sauce that includes oyster, hoisin, garlic, ginger, and some soy. We have some red wine, some bell peppers, and some red onions. And that's the for the later part of the dish.
This is to deglaze the pan?
To deglaze the pan, correct. We're going to move over to the grill to grill up the lamb. We're just going to bother Mikhail on the grill a bit, and we're going to put some of these racks straight on. So we're gonna do it like 3.5 minutes per side.
Right.
And then we're gonna move a pan on the stove.
So now that the lamb is grilling, we have to make the sauce
So yes, well, usually. So what we do is we have a pan, and when we take the Asian sauce is almost the last component to go in. The Asian sauce, to be honest, is just equal parts hoisin, soy, and oyster sauce that we mix together, and we add a little bit of the garlic and ginger to it. But to start off the dish, mainly we're going to use the garlic and ginger and hot pepper. And we had to sear these in some hot oil, and then we'll add the lamb in, add some of our fresh vegetables, and the red wine to deglaze the pan. Then lastly we'll do the
Any difference in any contrasting difference in flavor if you use like onions or shallots? Because I see a lot of recipes online they use like shallots and the onions.
Shallots, yes, they have a little bit of a difference, they're lighter taste, but it's not readily available in Trinidad for us, or cost effective for us to use shallots in the dish.
Guys, use the onion?
Yeah, red onions. So you just give a small little after season, because on the grill sometimes some of your seasoning fall off. As you know, 3.5 minutes has gone, so we flipped it. Only 3.5 more minutes, so 12 minutes to customer. So, right here we have a nice hot pan. We're gonna do some garlic and ginger. We don't normally add oil to it because the lamb is already kind of fatty, and we use oil to preserve our garlic and our ginger because we have service. Here we have some blended Scotch bonnet peppers. We're going to add about 1 teaspoon because we're Trinis and we like some spice in our dish. It's not pepper lamb for any reason but that. So what I usually look for is to see when the garlic starts to turn a little bit brown. And the ginger starts to crisp a bit. Obviously the garlic is going to get a little bit browner than ginger in this process. But this is what we look for. So at this point here, we're going to add our lamb that has 3 minutes per side on the grill into our pan. See all those juices going up. So what we're going to do is deglaze the pan that's currently there with some red wine. So once we have that wine kind of reduced, they don't have much liquid in the pan anymore, we're going to start to take a little bit of our julienne vegetables. We have some red onions, not shallots. And We're gonna go with some tri-colored peppers. Here we have some red, yellow, and green. What we're gonna do is just give it a nice little toss. Just let those vegetables kind of cook and get macerated into the lamb and wine juices. At this point, what we do, we just add a little bit more liquid just to like give the vegetables something to steam up, so a little more red wine. So we're gonna usually go for about 1.5 ounces of our Asian mixture straight into the pan. As you say, just give it a nice quick toss. You see, it gives it a nice kind of glaze with the Asian sauce onto the lamb. And once you see that glaze, take it, move it to the pass, and we get it plated. Taking the lamb, we're gonna start stacking them.
Does this come with any sides?
No, this is actually an appetizer dish. This is one of our more famous bar foods.
Right.
People around the area, and especially who come on a Friday and Saturday night, love to order the pepper lamb. We're gonna just finish it with some fresh cut chives. And that's the dish. That's our pepper lamb.
Okay guys, so this is the pepper lamb. This is one of the top selling appetizers on the menu. And chef, I'm gonna try this. I hope it's good enough.
I hope you like it. Good?
Ah! I love it.
Yeah, man.
I love it. I ain't gonna lie.
Next set.
Oh my goodness. Alright guys, so that was the pepper lamb. We have the shrimp scampi here. Actually, I just heard from the chef that the appetizers on their menu sells more than the main course. Right? I'm gonna do a beautiful shrimp scampi. Very simple. How long does it take?
It takes about 4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes. Let's go.
Alright. Garlic bread. Alright, so as you can see, we set up here. We have a hot plate and we have a hot pan.
Right.
Shrimp scampi is a newish dish to us, but let's get it done. So over here we have some white wine, there's some olive oil, we have red onions, tomatoes, some chives, butter, cilantro. So chives and cilantro kind of finish the dish. We have our portion of shrimp here. This is our standard portion, 8 to 10 shrimp, depending on the size. We use 16-20, so we give out 8 shrimp per portion.
Okay, good.
And we don't use minced garlic like we did for the pepper lamb. What we do is we use slivered garlic, because we find it's a little more of a rust, not really a rust, but it gives a more bodied taste than the crushed garlic.
Right.
So what we're going to do is, instead of using the boiled olive oil, we're going to do a line cook's duty. So we're going to hit it here, turn the heat up to high. Gonna give it a little splash of olive oil, about 1.5 tablespoons of slivered garlic. So at this point, we're just gonna let the garlic fry, right? So the garlic has to turn a little bit of a color just to open up the more garlicky flavor, because you don't want the roasted garlic, but you want to make sure you get some of that sweetness out of it. We take our 16-20 shrimp, add it straight into the oil. Give some salt and pepper to taste. Just give it a little toss. At this point, we have about 8 cherry tomatoes. We cannot cut them. It's just like, it's a nice refreshing taste to kind of cut the seafood bite of the shrimp.
Yep.
We have some cubed red onions. We're gonna add about maybe 6 knobs of butter. So a big rule of thumb with shrimp: C for cook, O for overcook. Anytime you see that shrimp curl a little bit too much, they're gonna be overcooked. So right now we don't have a full C yet, as you can see, but we have it closing up. They're closing up slowly to get that nice C that we're looking at. So not C yet, but it'll be there soon. So what we're doing is, at this point, we're gonna add a little bit of the white wine.
Okay.
And in our hot plate, a lot of evaporation happens. So you might see it look a little bit liquidy here compared to normal, but this is just for the process of putting it over to the sizzling platter. As you can see, the dish is nearly complete. Just gonna give it one more toss. We have some also called carryover cooking. The hot plate being at the temperature it is gonna carry over some of the cooking and finish cook the shrimp. So at this point it's not raw, but it's not exactly completely finished cooking. So what we're gonna do is just gonna add the cilantro at this point here. Just a little bit. One, you don't really want to cook the cilantro too much because we still want that little bit of a fresh bite to it. A little bit of the chives.
Delicious.
And then one flip for good measure. So what we have here is we have the holder for the hot plate. This is a really quick dish, so we're gonna actually just pull that hot plate here, and as I said, 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes, the shrimp is done. Okay. So pull one of our tongues. So what we do is usually before the boys will just take a little touch of the liquid, drop it on the pan. If it doesn't sizzle like that, we're not gonna send it out, right?
Here we have it, guys. The shrimp scampi.
So it's actually
nice. Okay guys, so we have one last appetizer that is the top selling. This is the type of appetizer. If you look online for it, you won't find it because this is a signature as it gets. They developed this appetizer here, and it's called lamb crusoe rolls with fried plantain. Right, and we're gonna stuff that with lamb, and it's a 3-stage battering process.
Yeah, 3-stage batter. We have flour, breadcrumb, and eggs.
Okay, so guys, let's show you how to make this quickly.
Usually, when we look at quality of lamb that we get in Trinidad, this is what we get locally, which is a very fatty product, as you can see, and this is an imported ground product. This has about maybe 20 to 30% fat content, where this has about 50 to 60
lean.
So this is the lean, this is the extremely fatty. Both products are pretty decent, but to get the consistency that we want, we have to usually mix the two, and we get something like this, which is about a 40 to 50% ratio of what we need.
Okay.
So it's 40-50% fat, and we need the grease to kind of like give it that moisture.
So
you know?
basically, you're just creating the quality of your meat.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. Yeah, we had to be a little kind of precise on our flavor.
Very good.
So what we're gonna do here is start off with some garlic straight to our hot pan.
Yes.
We're not gonna let the garlic get too brown. So as soon as we get a little sweat on it, we're gonna add our mixed lamb immediately into the pan. Yeah, not for long. So what we're gonna do is just continuously mash it. We add a lot of onions to this meal, to this dish. But you might have said, so why did it start with the onions? I thought like the flavor of the dish gets kind of lost if the onions get too sweet or get to open up too much.
Yeah.
So I take a really fine diced onion, a Bournoise red onion, and I just kind of add it in and make up the body of the dish.
Right.
I follow that.
You're seeing that.
Follow it with a little bit of cilantro and about the same amount in parsley, and I just keep cooking it down.
Wow.
So you don't want the lamb to be in clumps. So what you have to do is you have to keep moving it so that it cooks and you get that mince kind of like flavor and texture, yeah. So what we have now at this stage in the process is we have the lamb that's semi-cooked at that point. We're gonna add a little bit of rum just to help it like tenderize and add some flavor. Right. So at that stage, that's kind of sort of what you're looking for, right? But We add our next layer of flavor, salt and black pepper. So we're gonna grab us one of these handy dandy trays. Right before this lamb is finished cooking, we have a little bit of our, we call it sweet chili barbecue sauce here. Well, what we do is we just take our standard barbecue sauce mixture and we add like chilies, some herb de Provence, some different herbs that are available to us, and some sugar. And we're gonna add a little bit of this as a binding agent into the lamb. So you see, just turn it up there. So it's gonna have like a really different consistency because that barbecue sauce with those sugars and the glucose in there is just gonna like kind of pull it all together. We're gonna move it onto this pan. We're gonna spread it off. And this is our first step of making the cruceros. It's gonna have to cool. We usually put it in the fridge for about 20 minutes. Let that cool off, let the fats bind a little bit to it. And then we'll get to the plantain now. Alright, so usually people ask us about one major sauce that we want to let the secret out about our sriracha aioli that we use for the cruceros and the calamari. So we just want to teach you all how we make it here. We have about 3 tablespoons or so of sour cream. About the same amount in mayonnaise. Alright. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put about 1 teaspoon of sriracha, half teaspoon of gochujang, oh no, that was a half teaspoon of sambal. And we're gonna put half teaspoon of gochujang paste. Alright. The nice thing about this is just mix it up. But the secret in the sauce is just literally being able to mix it. See that nice color we get there? But you're realizing that the ones that we have are much brighter. So what we'll do,
marinate in the fridge.
Correct. We'll let it marinate overnight in the fridge for a full day.
Guys, look how bright this one is. This is how it looks after a day. So this is how it's going to look on the plate when we're ready to serve.
So then once it sits for the day, you're going to get a really nice color. So usually we'll make these in a big abundance, and then we'll do the flour egg wash.
When they get the order, it's just the batter?
No, not the batter. We'll pre-batter them, give them a flash in the fridge, and then we'll...
So it's basically just a fry?
Just a fry. But the prep is like every 2 days we had to prep them over.
Prep them over, okay, good.
Right. We'll do one more, so you get a full fresh batch. Alright. Gonna remove them from the oil, give them a bit of a drain. So we just try to go with like a simple plating. So we're gonna go for about a tablespoon of our sriracha aioli. We use the paddle knife and do a small little swipe across the plate. Of the onions, and this here is our crucero from Avala.
This is the top selling appetizer?
Well, it's our most unique appetizer.
Most unique. Alright. Oh, I love the crunch already.
Good, bad? I don't know. Tell me now.
Yes, brother. This is really good.
A good one.
Come. This is personal. Forget you here. This. You see when we were talking about that marbling from the lamb? Flavor perfect. That three-step battering process, mandatory. It's absolutely necessary. The crunch, it's like you're eating a burger. You know, you must taste the moisture, must have a crunch. Wow. This is like a mini burger. Like this is excellent, chef. I'm not gonna lie, this is excellent. And now see why it's one of the top selling. Oh my God! Oh, you look at this. Look, everything is perfectly cooked. Let's get some of that sauce. Yes. Okay, guys, here you have it. We have some of the top appetizers on the Avala menu. Remember, we did the cruiser rolls, we did the pepper lamb, and of course we did that delicious shrimp scampi. So this is the kitchen. We want to show you the outside, the dining area, the VIP areas. Listen, there's a lot going on in this restaurant here, and we're going to show you guys. Let's go down.